Normally when we talk about Gabbie Hanna being an internet drama, it's usually with Trisha Paytas or Trisha Paytas, but this time it's with some of the most drama-free creators on the platform. It's a mess, so let's get into it.
Exposed. Exposed. You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Exposed, 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 exposed. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you.
So, Gabbie Hanna finally dropped her big series on all the people who've ever done her wrong, and apparently that's everyone Gabbie's ever met. Each chapter features a new person or scandal, and Gabbie pretty much tries to prove her side. As you can guess, each new chapter brings a lot of drama and a lot of backlash. I don't know what exactly we were expecting from this series, but I don't think anyone was expecting what Gabbie did next. The other day, Gabbie posted a video titled Chapter 4, Escape the Nightmare. This video was all about Gabbie's time on Escape the Night Season 4 and how horrible everyone apparently was to her, more specifically Joey Graceffa and Daniel Preda. Last year, Joey went on Trisha Paytas' podcast and spoke out about someone on Season 4 who was a nightmare to work with. He said Season 4 was the worst season ever for him just because of this one person, but he never did name names.
Oh, there was one in season 4 too.
Really?
Sure. Yeah, that was season 4 was my least favorite to film by far.
Why?
Just because
Drama.
of this one person on the cast who just made it hell.
Really? And how do you stay out of like not talking about drama? You never talk about things. I would call people out left, right, and center.
No, honestly, I could have, and I could have like exposed a lot of receipts, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I don't put out that energy.
Then, also last year, Daniel Preda did a Q&A, and he also talked about someone who was extremely difficult to work with, and unlike Joey, you know, Daniel named names. Now, because of all this, Gabbie decided that she needed to come out and expose the truth with a 41-minute video. Now, Gabbie starts off this video by saying she was pretty much begged to do Season 4 of Escape the Night, but she wasn't really too sure because she did Season 2 and apparently it was a horrible experience for her. She admits that she was horrible to work with, blames her ADHD, said tons of people probably have stories about her being unprofessional, once again, blames her ADHD, and overall just didn't like the work environment of the filming and set life. Yet, for some strange reason, Gabbie still agreed to do Season 4. Gabbie agreed to do the show under one condition. There was healthy food options for her to eat on set because she was dealing with eating related issues and was on this really strict workout and eating plan. She told Daniel that she needed 3 healthy meals a day or she gets sick and evil. She sent him this whole list of options that she could eat and he said, yep, no problem, I'll get that for you and you can just dress it however you like. Well, that's where all the problems started. Gabbie just had issues with everything. She was mad that she wasn't getting a meal as soon as she arrived, she felt like she was eating junk food, she claimed that they didn't have any healthy options for her to eat, and she felt like the meals weren't frequent enough. Daniel sent her the menu and there were healthy options, but apparently not healthy enough for Gabbie Hanna. Daniel even went out like multiple times to make special trips to Whole Foods just to make specialty bougie blue cheese almond crumble protein salads for her. The complaints didn't stop there though. Gabbie was mad that she had to wear heels, play sports outside in the cold, and apparently her dress was too tight in the arms and didn't fit right, and also the jewelry made her break out and she was extremely allergic. The other big issue Gabbie had was the call time. She said they would stop filming super late at like 5 a.m. and then she would be expected to be back by 2 p.m. the next day. Gabbie felt like she shouldn't have to go so early because she just sits around and waits all day in hair and makeup. Now, I don't watch Gabbie Hanna, so I don't know if she's ever had a real job before, but most real jobs require you to have an 8-hour break between each shift. And if I'm not mistaken, that's much over 8 hours. Gabbie said the breaking point was one day she went in, had her hair and makeup done, and sat around all day waiting for someone to come and film her interviews, and they never did. Then, when she got home, she apparently got an email from her agent saying that she can't not show up for interviews, but she was actually there, and on top of it, she didn't eat her healthy meals. Gabbie admitted she blew up on Daniel and the people around her, and ultimately, she was written out of the show. After being written out, Gabbie apologized to both Daniel and Joey for how she acted on set, but at the same time, she expected one back because they didn't have her super healthy meals. Daniel and Joey never apologized to her, which I don't blame them, and they just texted back accepting her apology. Gabby said apologies sometimes need to be a two-way street, so clearly she was hoping to get one back. Overall, I just got a very entitled feeling from this video. Clearly from the list of options, there were healthy foods on set. They had chicken, salad, fruit, veggies, beans. If your eating plan is that strict that you can't eat anything from the 5 food groups, then you probably should pack your own lunch. Not only that, but she literally could have ordered Uber Eats or Postmates. These are Gabby's supposed friends. She's done this before, she knows how stressed they probably are. I'm sure on top of everything else, they don't need to be worried about Gabbie Hanna's protein intake for the day. Anyways, after this video went live, the mess started almost instantly. Joey Graceffa, aka Joey, who's never in drama and always stays out of everything, tweeted, "Always playing the victim. I've been silent about how truly awful she was on set, but if this is the game she wants to play, let's play." Now, you just know if Joey Graceffa is speaking up about YouTube drama, then it's pretty serious. What was really nice to see was that YouTubers and other talent from Escape the Night actually came forward to defend Joey and the entire production. Not looking for drama, but I have to say Joey Graceffa and Daniel Preda were 100% the most amazing, respectful, and professional on-set duo I've ever worked with. They went above and beyond for every cast member involved in both seasons that I was honored and grateful to be a part of. Just a friendly reminder that Daniel Preda and Joey Graceffa are both incredible, hardworking people who do their best to accommodate everyone the best they can. I love them so much. Bretman Rock, Tana Mojo, and Colleen were also liking tweets calling out Gabby's lies. And most shockingly, Rosanna issued a huge statement about Gabbie Hanna's video. You know it's bad when the most drama-free, unproblematic influencer that's never in drama speaks out against you. Rosanna wrote, "Joey and Daniel were extremely patient and accommodating during filming season 3 and season 4 of Escape the Night. I personally witnessed them both try and take care of every single cast member more than any other set I've been on in the past 14 years. They both even paid out of their own pocket to make sure we had the nicest trailer with everything we requested. The crew was also very professional, organized, and hardworking. I don't like drama, but Gabby's video paints an untruthful picture of what happened. Much of it is simply false. 1. Gabby did not come to the 3 wardrobe fittings before filming. At 2 of my fittings, I was told Gabby was supposed to be there that day but didn't show up. She chose not to go at all, so the wardrobe department did their best to make a costume without being able to see her. 2. The entire cast was sent a dietary restrictions form days before filming. Every single request I made on the form was taken care of by Joey and Daniel. I personally heard Gabby tell Joey the first day of filming, "I didn't fill that out, I hope that's okay." Keep in mind, meals are ordered before production begins, so everything is ready ahead of time. That is the time to make dietary requests, or bring your own food. I also personally witnessed Daniel leaving the set to go get Gabby any food that she wanted. There was also many healthy options, including a salad bar with protein. Despite all of this, she blamed Joey multiple times for causing her to come back. 4. During the photo shoot press day, long after the show wrapped shooting, Gabby called one of the female production assistants a dumb and walked off the set without finishing her shoot. The reason? Because the crew member gave an updated shoot time that was 10 minutes different than she was originally told. Now, Gabby actually responded to Rosanna's statement about her, saying, "You're allowed to have an experience as I can have mine. 1. I did have wardrobe fittings. I couldn't make the last one, but I was at 2 with photos. My needs were sent to my agent and communicated directly to Daniel and Joey beforehand. On day 3, Daniel finally got me food. I've already acknowledged that I was a massive and acted in an embarrassing manner, so that's not news. I don't remember it like that, but I wouldn't be surprised." Important to note that ADHD is not one size fits all, and there are different types of manifestations. My ADHD information is to educate, not to excuse, which is why I apologized for it. I've never tried to excuse my actions. I'm only speaking because Daniel and Joey continue to speak publicly about something I've expressed remorse for. Repeating, the only reason this is happening is because Daniel and Joey made an embarrassing private situation public. Also, not shocked that I'm being on by LA YouTubers who pretended to be my friend until it wasn't cool to be anymore. I obviously expected this, and frankly, it doesn't matter. What's the worst that'll happen? People will talk about me on the internet? oh no, please. Then Daniel responded to Gabby's video, writing, "It's unfortunate to see myself and a show I worked extremely hard to produce for 4 years painted in such a dark light in order to attempt another 15 minutes of internet relevancy. At best, it's manipulative and delusional. You want the truth? But the question is, can you handle mine?" Then Joey dropped a video titled "Gabbie Hanna Needs to Stop," and this is how he opened the video.
Alrighty, well, let's just get into this, shall we? So this video is a response to Gabbie Hanna's video, Escape the Nightmare. And I just want to give you guys a spoiler alert. Gabby was actually the nightmare, so...
So you guys already know the tone of this video. I truly think Gabby thought because Joey never gets into internet drama that he would just let her little series slide, but he definitely didn't. Joey said he and Gabby used to be really good friends, but the reason they aren't anymore is because of how she acted on set. He said if Gabby needs an example of what a good friend is, then she needs to look at Colleen. Colleen had a newborn baby on set, worked all day, and then went home to be a mom, and she still showed up ready to work with no complaints every single day. Joey says in interviews or podcasts where he was asked about Escape the Night, he was just being honest. It was an awful experience for him because of one person, but the thing is, he never once mentioned Gabby's name. You guys remember how mad Gabby was about not having proper food or her proper diet, right? That's because Gabby didn't fill out the form in time where she was supposed to state what she can and can't eat.
Every single person is sent a form days before we start filming to get people's medical information and their allergies and any food restrictions. Gabby didn't fill this out until the day we were on set. Miss Gabby, can we do a little BTS moment? How is she? Look at, she's got her yellow hair on.
We're doing
She's practicing her script.
filling out my medical information.
You're supposed to fill this out beforehand so we can get everything prepared and make sure that we have your dietary restrictions accounted for.
How is the crew supposed to have all the food that you want when they pre-shop days prior to the first day of filming, and you're sitting there on the first day only filling out your form? Joey also talked about Gabby's complaints about her outfit being too tight and breaking her out. Joey said Gabby never said anything bad about the outfits. In fact, she said she loved it, so they had a custom one made for her. Not only that, but Gabby also had multiple wardrobe fittings that she never showed up for. Gabby was so hard to work with that they actually offered to have a pregnant costume designer drive 2 hours to Gabby's recording studio to fit her, only to be stood up. She drove all the way there, and Gabby canceled. The next day after Joey posted his video, Daniel Preda, the guy Gabby treated as her personal Postmates, dropped an hour-long video. Daniel said pretty much everything Joey said, but he went into even deeper detail and even brought receipts. Daniel claims the issues with Gabby started in season 2 because she had problems with every girl on set. Apparently Gabby was extremely rude to both Tana Mojo and Liza, and he thinks it's because Gabby wasn't confident enough and she had to act like a huge diva to try and prove her status. Even though there were tons of issues with Gabby on season 2, the show turned out great and they asked her to come back for season 4. And let me just tell you, that right there was a huge mistake. Daniel showed clips of what the back room looked like for the talent, and it looked so cute. They had a really nice sitting area, a full kitchen, fully stocked with all the best looking food and snacks. They had a fully stocked fridge with every drink you could ever possibly want. And even Daniel said himself, normal sets don't really do this. He went all out because all the people this season were his personal friends, and he wanted it to be special. Daniel showed clips of Gabby on the first day of filming, and she looked so happy. She looked great in everything and seemed to be going really good, until the complaints started coming in. Daniel says after the first day of filming, they already had complaints piling up about Gabbie Hanna. Backing up what Joey said in his video, Daniel confirmed Gabby didn't show up for 2 out of the 3 wardrobe fittings. He even showed this text from the executive, which said, "Gabby is officially on the list. Not only did she make who is 9 months pregnant, drive all the way to her studio in Porter Ranch today at 5 p.m., but she legit left early and isn't available all night to get fitted. So we'll have to pick her outfit for her and it won't be fitted. It's the biggest you. She canceled on us yesterday too." Now, as for the food situation, Daniel said it really wasn't his job to go around and get Gabby all this specialty food, but he wanted to keep her happy and keep the peace. If people wanted something special like an iced coffee or something, they would normally just order it online, but Gabby didn't seem to want to use her own money. Daniel showed pictures of the huge salads that he went out to get especially for Gabby from Whole Foods, and he said she never ended up even eating them. Daniel showed tons of receipts from him being nothing but accommodating to Gabby, offering to get her an internet router for better internet, asking to make her healthy snacks, sending her a list of foods that she might be able to eat, but nothing was ever good enough. Daniel also explained why her agent was emailed about Gabby not wanting to do the interviews. Even though Gabby was there for the interview, whenever someone would come and grab her, she was never ready to go that moment. He showed a text from a crew member pretty much saying that she either didn't have her hair and makeup done yet, or she didn't want to go to the interview until she ate. When she was asked to come in the next day to make up for lost time, she said, "Oh, I'm not doing that either." Overall, Daniel's biggest issue wasn't with Gabby being rude and picky with her food or even being rude with him, because he can take it. He was mad at the way that Gabby treated his crew. They had professionals working there as a favor to them, taking a lower pay, and Gabby did nothing but make their life miserable. They ended up cutting both Gabby and Tana out of the show because Tana had to go to a reward show and Gabby was just making everyone miserable. Funny thing is, Tana Mojo, the queen of unprofessional, was actually more professional than Gabbie Hanna. That right there says a lot. Daniel goes on to say when they were wrapping up filming with Gabby, she was still being hard to work with. She didn't want to come in for the scheduled time to shoot the billboard because she had to sing a song and work out with her trainer. The thing is, Daniel physically couldn't push this one back for her even if he wanted to. They were working with a company YouTube hired and it just wasn't possible. Can we also talk about how good of an opportunity this is too? Your face is going up on a billboard for a YouTube original production, and all you have to do is show up for a few hours and look pretty. Yet somehow a workout is more important? This is where Daniel finally lost it and just had enough with Gabby's antics.
There are tears in my eyes because I'm absolutely over emotional. I'm exhausted. I haven't slept in days, and this is just not gonna fly for me. So this is me snapping. I understand you are busy, but at this point, I feel extremely disrespected and sense this is sabotage. You are contractually obligated to be at the shoot. Friendship set aside, I have gone above and beyond to do my best to make things easier for you during production, but I'm at my line.
Then Gabby sent Daniel a voice note in response, a 3-minute voice note saying the same stuff over and over and over again. Overall, Gabby was just a pain to work with. She disrespected the crew, she disrespected her coworkers, and she disrespected everyone's time. I don't care what Gabby says, but no illness or issue gives you the right to speak to people that way, especially in a professional setting. I think Gabby was at the height of her career during this, so maybe she thought she was the best person in the room or her time was more valuable than everyone else's. But sorry to say, it's definitely not. If a new mom can take care of her newborn baby on set, then there's literally no excuses. I don't know what Gabby's point of this series was, but things are starting to really go downhill for her. Influencers that you would never expect to speak out about this are speaking out. God, I hate drama. Proceeds to watch 5 hours of a YouTuber burning every bridge in their life and all the reaction and response videos. Hi, just in case this needs to be said again, ADHD doesn't make you an asshole. The way my jaw dropped when I saw the beautiful trailer you provided and the above and beyond treatment of the creators, beautifully done video, Daniel, so professional and straight to the point. I consider myself incredibly lucky to have been a part of the Escape the Night Season 2 cast and to work alongside creative geniuses like Graceffa and Daniel Preda. They went above and beyond to accommodate my schedule when I had a conflicting shoot to ensure I could do both. Isn't it funny how no one else on the set seemed to have any issues except Gabbie Hanna? My guess is Gabby took her friend's drama-free reputation as a free-for-all and really didn't expect these people to respond. I think it's clear the nightmare was truly Gabbie Hanna. Anyways guys, let me know what you think about everything down below. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button because it really does help my channel, and I'll see you next time.